Started the week in an awesome and fantastic way, as I say. And today I come to talk about PAD, PVD. PAD, peripheral artery disease. PVD, peripheral vascular disease. Quick thing here. Peripheral vascular disease, so disease of the vessels, the peripheral vessels. Peripheral artery disease, disease specifically of the peripheral arteries. Okay. With that said, when you use the term PVD, peripheral vascular disease, it may include peripheral artery disease, right? When you say peripheral artery disease, it's just that. It doesn't mean any other condition of the peripheral vessels. Now we have veins and we have arteries, so, okay. And the reason why I'm getting the leg cramp here. The reason why I did hard legs work in the gym today. So the reason why I come to talk about that today is because, one, peripheral artery disease is very common, simply because the arteries are what supply our vessels or our organs with blood. Blood is coming from the heart to the vessel through the arteries, okay? And then 50% of peripheral artery disease, folks, 50% of them have no symptoms. They have no symptoms. So by the time there is symptoms, it's pretty advanced. And nowadays, there are so many advances in the surgery. What it used to be is not what it is now. There are so many ways to help fix that. It's just that by the time folks realize, oh, I have a serious problem, they are dealing with wounds that won't heal. They are dealing with a lot of pain, and they have ruled out everything else. And so many other things. Poor quality of life, miserable sleep, sometimes even restless legs come from having circulation issues. And this can be in your legs and feet as well as in your hands, but it is way more common in the legs and feet, especially the feet. So the further away from the center, the smaller the vessels. And one thing I wanted to point out there is, I'll go back to that. So peripheral artery disease, peripheral vascular disease, I'm mostly talking about peripheral artery disease today, okay? So what are the risk factors of peripheral artery disease? The number one, 80% of the risk factor is from smoking, previous smoking, or active smoking. Because one thing you don't realize when you are smoking is also that your vessels are constricting. It constricts the vessels. It tightens them, so it makes them even smaller as far as circulation is concerned. Okay, so it has been found though that almost 80% of folks that deal with circulation issues are either smoking or smoked in the past. So that's one thing. Another risk factor, of course, is diabetes. I talk a lot about diabetes, so I trust you guys understand how that will be. But we know how diabetes can be damaging to a lot of things, if not controlled. Okay. Another risk factor is obesity. Others are high cholesterol, age over 50, 55. If you have blood clotting disorder, that's another one. And high blood pressure, that's the one I had to kind of high blood pressure. Only because the higher your pressure, the more damaging to your vessels, right? So those are the risk factors. Does that mean that anybody that has any of those will have peripheral artery disease? Not necessarily. but I'm trying to bring some awareness to this, only because by the time people have symptoms, it is pretty advanced. So you kind of want to be proactive really early on, and the same thing, most of the same thing you are doing to manage your diabetes, your high blood pressure, actually will help along with that, because it's about the same thing you do. And what are the signs and symptoms of peripheral artery disease? And from here, I'm going to say PAD. Let me mute some things here. One of the most common signs and symptoms is what they call claudication. Claudication is when you start having pain in your calf, leg area, but going down the calf after you walk for a while. My stuff is crashing. But anyway, claudication, that's claudication. So you will go for a walk, and then after so many steps, it's painful. You have to rest. You have to rest. So anytime you are involved in activity, that pain appears, and then you have to rest. Other symptoms are numbness, tingling sometimes. Others are you are laying down, but every so often you have to put your feet down to get rid of the pain, discomfort sensation you are having while you are laid down in bed. Okay. Other symptoms are cold extremities, cold feet, losing hair on your legs. If you used to be very hairy on your legs and all of a sudden you start noticing that your hair is thinning and you are losing the hair, might be a circulation issue. Another very common symptoms a lot of people miss or ignore is the change in the color of your skin. Many blame it on aging. Now, when you start seeing the change in the color of your skin around the calves, or the calves area, the sheen in the calves area, you should question some circulation issues. You definitely should question that. So those are some of the signs and symptoms. Okay, and this is something that can be detected very easily in the office. There are several tests, but there are also some tests that are just very basic. You don't need any machine to do that, just a blood pressure cuff. So if you have concerns or you are having any type of those symptoms, you need to speak up. You need to bring it up to your doctor's attention. Typically, unless you are diabetic, and if you are wearing pants or whatever, it's always covered. Nobody is looking at your lower legs. However, if you are dealing with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, the things are listed, and you are older and you are starting to notice something, you need to speak up. It doesn't have to be pain before you speak up. Like I say, your feet are getting cold, they are getting dumb, you are losing the hair, you see the hair loss, you see that, oh, this is a good one too. It's shiny down there. It is shiny at the calves and shins area. You are noticing that. You need to bring that to your doctor's attention. Okay? So there are tests they can do to confirm the diagnosis, and there are things, those are procedures though. There are things that can be done to actually remediate or help with that. So that is the bulk of really what I wanted to share today. I did not come to speak a whole lot. Wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. Really, really, really wanted to do that. You may be asking, hey, how do I prevent? How do I help with this? Well, if you have cholesterol issues, you want to better manage it. You want your cholesterol control. Why? Because the buildup of plaque in those vessels is part of the issue, right? If you are a smoker, you are hearing it all the time, you need to quit, right? Diabetic, control your sugar. And then exercising. sensible eating. Sensible eating, because you are trying to keep your vessels open. So that's the, that's part of ways you can help yourself as far as trying to be proactive. That's just some of part of the ways that you can help yourself. So I hope this information was helpful for you all. This video will be posted again later on, but I wish you all an amazing rest of the week. And of course, do not hesitate to email me, comment, whatever, to ask questions. If you have questions, do not hesitate. One of us here at the MPH will answer. I love to do that, so it will likely be me. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye.